Hi! I'm Kelly and welcome to my channel. This is my sister Jenna. My husband and I came down here to Alabama for her graduation to become a chaplain officer person in the Air Force. So when I was telling my sister about how I want to start a Christian booktube channel, we were talking about the book Arena and how I love this book so much, and it was making me sad that not more people were talking about how good it is. And she was like,
I said, it's preposterous! It's the best book ever!
Exactly in that voice. So, oh my gosh. I came down here and she was like, hey, when you come down, I want us to do a video about Arena and just how good it is. And so
it needs to be done.
It needs to be done. People need to know. So that's what we're doing. Please pardon us if we're, giggly. This is what we're like when we're together. Like, you'll get used to it. So Jenna,
yes.
Your first experience, why don't you tell them your very first experience with Arena?
I was in our room and I hear Kelly in the bathroom saying, no! I ran into the bathroom and I was like, are you okay? I won't tell you what she said happened because it'd be a spoiler, but then she was like, the guy, he's my book boyfriend. Again, I almost gave the spoiler.
Yeah, you did. It's okay, I can edit it out if you do.
But she's like, da-da-da-da-da, he's the best looking in my mind. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, no, that's the first guy I was ever like, book boyfriend for sure. And then I didn't know other people did that.
No, and then she's like, you gotta read this. And I was like, And
well,
then she...
Because I was like, it's like an allegory, but science fiction.
She was like, there's aliens. And I was like, what? Why would you read a what?
Yeah, no.
Is the alien your boyfriend? And then she was like, no, it's a really good book. And it's an allegory on the Bible. And so at that time, I wasn't serving God. And I didn't want to read a book about anything about Christianity. And so she had me read it. And I was like, wow, this book actually is really good. And the great thing about it is every time you read it, you see more of how it's an allegory of the Bible. And you're like, oh.
And like, not really just of the Bible, but of your walk with God.
Yeah.
So like, there's this whole first part of the book where it's what your walk with God is like when you aren't walking with him. You haven't found him yet. And so then you get to the point where like you have found him, and then you go into the next section of the book, and it's almost like it goes into spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Of what it's like when you are a Christian.
And even like the people who are Christians, but like they're only a Christian in name, and they're trying to get you to veer off.
Yep.
But it's
so good.
Yeah. And I want to say more, but then people are gonna be like, what?
Well,
a troglodyte? What's that?
Trogs? It's like Sasquatch. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I want to tell you guys about this book, but I don't like giving spoilers, which I've said before, but also...
But anytime we would talk about it,
the
whole thing would be a spoiler.
It sounds book. Yes, it sounds crazy, though.
It does.
So I'm going to try to say this in a way that does not sound absolutely insane. So it's like... I've said a little bit before in a previous video. So, like she said, it's an allegory. And then you take this allegory, and it's kind of like Pilgrim's Progress.
Chronicles of
mixed
Narnia.
with Chronicles of Narnia.
Lord of the Rings, too.
A little bit of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's because they're going on an adventure.
Yeah, it's like, we say sci-fi, but it feels
really
more
not.
fantasy.
Yeah.
So, like, you they do end up going into another world, which is very much that whole fantasy aspect of it. But the beginning of it makes it feel way more sci-fi.
Yeah.
And because it's, you could say aliens,
Yeah.
like it makes it sound like something that you're just like, no, that's weird. Why would I ever read that? Which
But
is why I
it's
didn't
so
read it when I was
good.
supposed to in school. But every time you read it,
I think I read that.
it was assigned for my English class.
In college?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, they did that in public school?
No. So there's this woman named Callie, and she goes to do some medical testing that you can get paid for, right? And she's getting ready to start the medical testing, and she starts feeling like something's not right. Like, this place is way too advanced. I don't know how they're going to do all the things that they say that they're going to do. And there was this guy that was in the waiting room that like tries to be like, no, they're aliens, you need to get out of here. And so she tries to leave, but she's already
None
signed
of
the
them have a
contract.
beard or a mustache. What? You're right.
Why are they all
Don't
so
trust
attractive?
What? That is suspicious. Models?
Right? It's like Hollister.
Don't go to Hollister. They're aliens.
So anyway, she's already signed this contract, and she's forced to go into this arena, and it's like another world, and she's given this pamphlet beforehand, and they're trying to tell her, hey, follow this pamphlet, just read
really
what
easy.
it says. Yeah, it's very easy, just do what it says. And she doesn't, because she's bitter that she was put in there when she wasn't supposed to be. She runs into other people who they feel like the pamphlet just is nonsense and doesn't make any sense, and it's
they're
a lie.
like, oh, we should go this way instead of the path that they said. And this path, it has a specific color. Do not go off this path.
Yeah,
There are other paths that will take the easier way.
yeah,
And as you notice, the more you go on this path, it becomes like dingier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a different,
yep.
like it's similar to the color, but it's a little dingy.
Yeah, where
And
you're just
Callie
like, oh, it's
notices
just
it.
covered with dust.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she starts going off of the right path.
Yep,
But if she had stayed on the right path, she would have gotten to
where she needed to go.
this same day.
Yeah, and so it's very much, I mean, what an allegory just in that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're told the straight and the narrow,
Mhm.
right? You need to stay on the one true path to God. And it's so easy for us to get distracted and be like, well, this way looks so much easier.
Yeah.
Or that's too hard. I don't want to go that way. It's too hard. And it's so beautiful. Truly, like, such a beautiful story. And so they go through the process, and like I said, it's very much an allegory for your walk with God,
Or leading up to God.
and so much grace,
Mhm.
so much grace is
Yeah.
in that book. And I feel like it talks so beautifully about God's love for us.
Yep.
And so that's, I mean, and I've actually recommended it to a friend of mine, and she read it and she absolutely loves it. She recommended it to a friend of hers, and she'll tell everybody, like, she cried. She was like, not because of anything specific in the book, except for how it portrays who God is.
Mhm.
And so it's,
And the way that Karen Hancock describes the main guy, Pierce, like, he was my first book boyfriend as well.
I'm just saying.
As my husband sits right over there.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris.
It was a long time ago, I swear.
Right, I'm over it.
Every time I thought of him, I was picturing you.
Yes.
Alien, you said?
No, he's not actually an alien.
He wasn't an alien. He was human. I think. Yes, he was human.
Yeah, you said I think.
But am I talking about Pierce or my husband?
Oh.
My husband's good looking too, but he has a beard, so he can't be an alien.
Yeah.
Her
Alien.
husband has a beard also.
Yes,
so
my
he's an
husband is
alien.
not an alien. Thank goodness. Well, that was one of the defining factors when she first met Pierce. She was like, "Is this an alien too?" Oh, he has a beard.
Right. He can't be, and his eyes are startling blue. My husband's eyes are brown, so he's not a Pierce.
Yeah.
But he is good looking.
Well, my husband does have very blue eyes, which
But he has a beard.
Yeah, and a beard. Yeah. So. And I think he's cute. He's cute too.
I should hope so.
Anyway, so anything
Our
else anything else you want to say about the book?
Read the book. It's great. Even if you don't like science fiction or fantasy or whatever, it is a great book.
It really is. And if you read it if you go into it reading it for what it is, knowing that this is an allegory for our walk with God.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's eye-opening. It really, really, truly changed my walk with God.
Mm-hmm. And again, the more you read it, the more the allegory becomes more obvious. I think it's the same with Chronicles of Narnia, though.
Oh, yeah.
The more I read or watch Chronicles of Narnia, I'm like, Jesus?
Is that you? Is that you? What? Anyhow, well, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for sitting through this ridiculousness, and we hope you read the book.
Please read the book.
Please read the book.
Do yourself a favor.
Just do it.
And then read the Bible.
Yeah, do that. Maybe do that first.
Or at the same time.
Well, I mean, one at a time.
Well, no, I mean, you can read that and be like, yes, that was that.
Yes.
That was that. Yes.
Yeah.
Word.
Listen, read your Bible, and read Arena. Did you say Arena? Arena. Read Arena.
Arena.
By Karen Hancock. Karen Hancock, if you're watching this, we adore your face and would love to meet you someday.
With coffee.
With coffee. Well, tea for me.
Yes, you shouldn't have tea.
I
Or
should
coffee.
not have
No,
coffee.
she can have tea, just not coffee. I can have coffee.
Yes. You can have all you want.
I can. The end.
The end. Bye.